Yeah!
Yo yo yo. So yeah, definitely my second video had to be about Silent Hill games. I will try to rate them in this video. So these are my categories. I try to be creative with them, but what can I say? Alright, so let's start with the first one, Silent Hill 1. Silent Hill 1 is a game I played right after the Silent Hill 2 remake. For your information, Silent Hill 2 remake was my first Silent Hill game ever, which I played fully through. This game is definitely important, not just for me, but for the whole franchise. It started as an adversary against Resident Evil.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
Nowadays, its controls are really weird and hard to get used to. I mean, when I first started playing Silent Hill 2 Remake, of course it was a modern game, but the atmosphere and feeling of being in Silent Hill carried all the way through for me. Since I knew that all of the first 4 games had that same elements in them, I was like, whatever man, give me tank controls all day, I'm just going to bash the children's head in. Every Silent Hill has a different kind of influence, I think. The first one was definitely David Lynch. Sadly, I haven't watched a lot of David Lynch's films or series. I will definitely try to fill that hole in. I want to stay well cultured, you know? The combat in it is kinda weird. I mean, I don't hate it. It's okay. It's perfectly serviceable. If I really had to think what would bring it down, I couldn't think of anything really, except only the old software part. That's just a thing you have to work your way through. It has its own unique horror feeling in it, that weirdness, that mystery surrounding every step you make. The puzzles in it were very hard, for me at least. Right away, the first puzzle, or not even a puzzle, just the way you have to make your way to the first area in the game is just, you have to look around everything, every corner, every street. It doesn't hold your hand. It's a game that tells you that you're on your own, basically. You have to find everything by yourself, really. The story is really good. I like how they made Harry not the main protagonist per se. Really good dad who wants to find his daughter and he wants to go through hell, really. He doesn't really want to, but he goes through hell. The ending is even sadder, in my opinion. He doesn't really get his daughter back. He just has a new daughter, I guess you could say that. The side characters as well, they are cool, really cool. I like Lisa. Her tragedy as well is really sad, and her theme at the end is just top 10 soundtracks in the whole franchise, I think. It's a little bit outdated, yes, but the main part of it, the main energy behind it is still there, and it's really impactful. Kaufman is alright. I mean, he's not that important. As you probably don't know, I got the bad ending on my first playthrough, and I didn't look around that much. Like, it was so chaotic at the end. I missed out the area before the lakeside amusement park, and I just went straight to the lighthouse. I f***ed up. And you know what? It was pretty funny. I get the bad endings in games. I'm fine with it. I'm just going to get the good ending when I play it through again and life goes on. But also, yeah, the multiple endings right away. It's so cool that already in 1999 people were thinking that multiple endings is a really nice choice and it impacts the game and your experience as well. You could play it through multiple times. The New Game Plus already implemented is also a big plus. Yeah, the overall feeling, the PS1 aesthetics, the warping textures, and all the hardware limitation outsmarting is also a big respect. I just thought it through, and I have to say that the boss fights are quite mid. In some cases it's bad even. The music and sound design in it is also the foundation of the whole franchise's soundscape. I mean, it's perfect. I couldn't really ask any more to it. It really does have some bangers like She. Killing Time. My Heaven is also a big one. Even the intro music is just generational. Narrative and writing in it is just one more thing that makes it so appealing to me. It's really hard to understand right away. For your first playthrough already, I can even imagine that people back then played it through multiple times to really fully understand when they didn't really have any outer information about how to beat this, how to understand anything that's being said in the game. It's mostly just generational peak gaming. It's hard to put it in the top section. It's really hard to say that, but I would rather have it as a detergent, man. I don't really think that I could love to cuddle with it every time, because, as I've said, the jankiness of it is, you know, you can get used to it, but I'd have some other picks for that. I am just going to put it in. Would love to have it as a detergent. That's my final pick. So we have the classic original Silent Hill 2. I've heard about this game many times before, even when I was really a rookie regarding to Silent Hill games. And as it may be surprising to say, but I finished Silent Hill 2 remake first. I wanted to experience the original as well, and it was a bliss. I don't really want to say too much about this game right now in this video, because if I would make another video, then I could really express everything about this game. But let's not worry about that right now. Probably one of the most listened to soundtracks out of every game I've ever experienced. The boss fights. I mean, I could say to almost every Silent Hill games that the boss fights aren't that great. It's not the point really. It's just the implication and the symbolism behind these bosses were quite enough, in my opinion. You just have to fight your way through them. Maybe their designs are cool or not, but the fight itself is not that great. And also, I can say that in this game the cutscenes were much more dreamier than in the remake. It had a certain different kind of element to this game. You just lose yourself in it. The voice acting is quite caca.
You can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
The emotions behind the CGI pre-rendered cutscenes is a whole different world in itself. And in the sense of cinematography, it's also a different kind of feeling as well. Right now, I'm just going to put it in Would Love to Cuddle. Okay, so now comes Silent Hill 3. It's definitely one of the most terrifying games I've ever played. This game just... it's on a whole different level in terms of scariness and in spookiness. It's just peak horror, in my opinion. It's really short. You can definitely tell that this project really didn't have all that much budget, which is sad, but it's already has proven so many points, and from human creativeness, you can just make anything from assets you have already used for other games. One of the best things I like about this game is that not only that it doesn't hold your hand, but also it just puts in your pants. It's not even your own. At sometimes it just feels like a total cluster. Basically elevates the feelings you felt in Silent Hill 1. The thing is that you can't really experience this game in its full form if you haven't played the first Silent Hill. So the music in this game is evolving. Many music pieces are really trying to achieve that grunge, rock, emo, trip-hop type soundscape. I mean, it's just a time capsule. Most of these songs are just cool as but I wish the Spotify versions didn't have Claudia singing in them, or not even singing, just spewing random bullshit.
A place with no pain, no hunger, no sickness, no old age.
Fuck that.
At the start or the end of the song, that's a bummer. You know, when I first heard about Silent Hill 3, I was a little kid, maybe 8 or 7 years old, I don't quite remember, but I do remember that on YouTube I saw a video called Silent Hill 3 Mirror Room. Based from the thumbnail, I didn't really want to watch it, but I knew that this game is scary as shit, just based from the thumbnail and based from the title. I mean, the Mirror Room isn't that scary, but it's definitely cool. It's in my funny room cases. From the funny room expression, I always think about the essence of these games. A funny room is that when you go into the room, you don't know what can you expect, and the random stuff happens. Most of the time, these rooms aren't that hostile. There are some funny rooms I consider hostile, but most of them are not. Every time I go into one of these funny rooms, I just can't think of anything else than just, wow, that just happened. What the f***? And I don't know how to feel. Not even that, even if I'm scared or not, I just block down. I'm always picky when I talk about aesthetics in Silent Hill games because many of them are so cool, so endearing and thought-provoking that I can't choose any time between them. There have been many times that I chose Silent Hill 3's art direction and soundscape over the other ones because it's just so aggressive and unique in itself. It doesn't fail to captivate me. Every time. And in itself, the game, I mean, Heather is such a cool protagonist. Her character and quips and one-liners are also very funny.
Oh, forget it. This is way too gross. Who would even think of doing something so disgusting?
She's just a fresh change of pace from all of the other protagonists and the upcoming ones also. She's just a badass, plain and simple. One thing in this game is that the side characters are kinda okay. I don't really care about any of them. Vincent was funny. He also told a very cool quote that it's one more thing to think about when playing this game. Silent Hill 3 is definitely would love to cuddle every time. The only bad thing in it is that at some parts you can really feel that not dragging but a bit empty. For example, the subway station, I don't really like that part, it's too long. The transition between the underground section and the subway station is not my favorites out of all the Silent Hill games. But other than that, most of the areas are really cool. I love to play it through every time, so I am going to put it love to cuddle. Okay, so Silent Hill 4. What a game, am I right? It's one of the most controversial ones from this series. You remember when I said that Silent Hill 3 suffered from budget problems? Yeah, it's even worse in this game. I simultaneously developed 3 and 4. While 3 started earlier, much of the budget went to Silent Hill 3. And Silent Hill 4, at some point it said, yeah, nah, we can't really do anything else, man. I don't know if they even wanted to put more maps into this game after the half of it. Basically, I don't have any problems with the gameplay. I think it's smooth. And there have been many thought-provoking puzzles here as well. You know, the art design in this is just so different. I love how they experimented in it. The way you are locked in your own apartment and you feel this isolation from the outside world, it's so interactive in a way. It's interactive in a way that you can't interact with people only in the other world, but that's the whole point, that you can only interact in the other world but you don't have any impact on them. Even one of the main plot points in the game, you don't influence it in any way. It isn't based on your choices or it isn't based on the story of your character Henry. It's instead on the focus of Walter Sullivan, who is kind of the best main villain in the whole franchise in my opinion. Like, his character is so well thought out. This whole game basically resolves around him, and this case is almost entirely like Silent Hill 1's story, in the meaning that the main protagonist doesn't really have that all much impact. I mean, in Silent Hill 1, yes, Harry did have a lot of impact at the end of the game.
Thank you, Daddy. Goodbye.
But in Silent Hill 4, you that he has an impact on Eileen, the whole atmosphere and aura behind this game. I can only say that it would have been so much better, so much better from the half of the game. It just becomes a slugfest. It really is the bane of this game. To be honest, this game deserved the most of a remake. So much potential, and it's such a gold mine. It has so many cool ideas, the hauntings, the monster designs, the puzzles, areas. I love this game. But I couldn't cuddle with it every time, sadly, just because of the game becomes a slugfest from the middle. So I am going to put it in detergent. Silent Hill Origins. I don't have many thoughts on this game. It's the first game that American developers made. It's a landmark in the franchise in the meaning of new possibilities and new art designers, different kinds of ideas. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. It has some cool ideas in it. The otherworld mirror mechanic is not that bad. Definitely more boring than the Silent Hill 4's whole dimension. There are less music pieces in this game than most of the other games that I could always listen to or memorable to me. I don't quite like the main character as much, Travis. I don't have many problems with him, but at some points he's kinda more boring than Henry at this point. And once again, he's not really the main protagonist, but of course they wanted to give him tragic backstory. It's tragic, yes, but the build up to it is kind of weak. To most of the stuff in this game, I could also say that it's weak. It tries to be a Silent Hill game, but not in a horrendous way. We'll get to that later. But in this case, when I played this game, I just felt nothing really. I was empty. I felt empty. This game is empty. Some parts of inspiration could be found in this game, I could say that. But for me, it's kinda a miss. And one more thing to add to it. The story to this game is unnecessary, in my opinion. It didn't add anything. The already established characters in Silent Hill 1 was unnecessary. And even at some points, I even asked myself if are these the same characters? They had totally different vibes to them. It wanted to build a prequel to the first Silent Hill, yeah, that's the base premise. But it felt alienated. The combat system in it is alright. Some of the monster designs were alright, but none of them were my favorites ever. I would only play this if I'm broke. Silent Hill Homecoming, everybody. Oh my god, this game. My neck hurts. Neck hurt. This is one of the most horrendous games I've ever set my eyes upon. I don't know what were they thinking when they made this game. As I've said in my Return to Silent Hill video essay, there was a time when Silent Hill as a franchise was mainstream, or tried to be mainstream. When American developers had their hands on their IP, they didn't know what to do with it. They just didn't understand what made it special. I don't even know if they even read the script or anything from the previous games. They just copied Silent Hill 2's story. I could say that they wanted to expand the world building in this franchise, and to an extent it kinda did, and it stayed in that way. Also, it was unnecessary. I mean, just look at these characters, these character designs. Some monsters look cool. There's that one boss fight which is quite enjoyable. This game is the Peace Filter era trash game of this franchise. Not even the soundtracks are that memorable. I don't have many kind words to this game. I'm just going to put this in the trash compactor. Oh yes, you know what's coming. You know what the hell is this game about? Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, man. Oh yes. Such a good game. Such a great game. To my surprise, this game was also made by American developers. I couldn't really believe that at first, because they thought out a well-written narrative. it has good writing in it. And the characters have good personalities, and it's interesting. You have everything you need to have a cool Silent Hill game on a narrative level. One thing to note that this game came out in a very difficult time, because at that time zombie games were cool.
Watch out! Horse ripping me off!
This game didn't have any zombies in it, only Rorschachs, which were, quite lacking a bit, I could say that. The only thing that bothered me with the Rorschachs was the sounds. It didn't have that much differentiation or that much well thought out sound design in them. But other than that, I kinda like everything about this game. I mean, I bought an original Wii just to play this game. I don't regret it. The motion controls in the Wii version were a bit clunky, but it gave that feeling of immersion when you walk through the town in this game. The world building in this game is just phenomenal. It's impeccable. You can look at everything, and almost every time something happens, you hear sounds and lost messages, lost conversations between random people, which may had an impact on the narrative of the game. I mean, it's just so lively. You don't see that many persons in the game, real time, only in cutscenes. You feel that this city is alive. It's definitely a good thing that it's considered as a spin-off. It's based on the first Silent Hill. It's kinda like an alternate dimension of Silent Hill 1's world, but in a way it's different. I don't like to make comparisons between Silent Hill 1 and Shattered Memories because it's unfair. They're totally different games. At one point, Shattered Memories was supposed to be a whole different game in itself. Whole different than the final product. Because the characters' names and some traits were transferred to these games, I just can't see, or I don't see the characters the same in the first Silent Hill and Shattered Memories. I think it's much better to see them as different characters. The soundtracks, oh my god, yes, melancholy bliss. Next to Silent Hill 2 and 3's sound design, or even the first 4 soundtracks, these were the most impactful to me. And one thing that I also love about this game is that I love adaptive music. When you walk through the snowy city, you hear these cool, catchy sounds, or maybe this melancholic or creepy piano, but as you progress through, you can hear it change. Or even in the monster chasing scenes also. When you're not in danger, it's just a chill beat, but when you get aggroed, it turns into a banger, man. Definitely make a separate video about Silent Hill Shattered Memories because it's such a dear game for my heart. It's so experimental, that's why I love it so much. I will cuddle with it every time. Silent Hill Downpour. It's an alright game. I think that it gets too much hate. I feel like it's on the level of Return to Silent Hill, in a meaning that, it also tried to copy Silent Hill 2's narrative a bit. Next to that, the combat in it is okay. It also tried to evolve, try to have a decent combat in a Silent Hill game, which is unheard of. The monster designs were kinda ass. Yeah, definitely this game had the worst monster designs in my opinion, but the whole feeling and experimentation of what the other world is supposed to be, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the implications. The story is not that crazy. I respect it. The cool thing about this game also is that Korn made a music piece with collaboration on Silent Hill Downpour. Yeah, it's also mid. Anything about this game is mid. It's not disappointing. Some parts work. Nothing much to say about this game. It's alright. Leaning towards McDonald's, not even Burger King. Silent Hill 2 Remake. My first Silent Hill game that I've played through half a year ago when it came out almost instantly. It's changed so much about the way I think about life in general. To some people, Silent Hill 2 Original was that game to them. but as I've said, this was the version I've played as a first playthrough. That's why I hold it dear to my heart. I think that Bloober made a phenomenal job on it. When people played Silent Hill 2 first back in 2001, I could imagine that people saw that game in this way. So I was a bit skeptical, and many people from the fanbase were also skeptical about this game, mainly because the trailer looked scheiß, man. But it was such a pleasant surprise. I went to it fully blind. Everything captivated me about this game, basically. At some parts I just stood there and I just let it take me in. The only thing I don't like about the remake is that the original's soundtrack was cooler. I can listen to much more songs on the original soundtrack. Celestial Dissonance is a new piece that showed me not everything is ass in the remake's soundtrack. It's one of the best remakes, in my opinion. The combat in it is amazing. Most of the soundtracks is cool. The ones that stayed the same. The character designs were also cool. They didn't really change that much and stayed the same. They had this same energy. The puzzles were handled well. The atmosphere is also just what you would expect from a Silent Hill 2 remake. It's all there. Just because I played the remake first, I am going to put it above the originals, but don't get mad. I love the original as well. I don't really like to differentiate these two games because it's a different way to experience them. It's not the same. They both have so much aspects to them that make it unique. Silent Hill F, the most recent one. This game is hard to put in a tier list because I like the game. It's a good way to have the second reincarnation of this franchise. I just wish they didn't have the Japanese Shinto elements as the main setting. It's a niche one, definitely a niche one. I like many aspects of this game. I even like the combat. Many people hate it, but I think it's kinda nice and experimental. Definitely has that modern feeling to it. Don't think you have a solution to handle Silent Hill's combat. That's not the main thing you see, or you don't really get to feel this way that,
oh, I cannot wait to experience the combat, man. My Silent Hill game has all the best combat.
you don't play these games for that. The writing in it is very nice. Ryu Kishio 7 is a very cool mangaka and writer. My favorite horror anime is Higurashi no Naku Koroni, so I was definitely going to like the story of it. But I wish they could have handled the New Game Plus endings a bit differently. It's way too much hassle. It's such a double-edged sword, you know, because in a way, I like that they want to emphasize on playing the game through many times to fully get the story. On the other hand, they could have made it a bit more easier for some people, or just implement a chapter select in the main menu. Easy as that. That could have made it so much better to skip out all the unnecessary things, make it more faster to experience the whole story. You know, to play through 5 times, that's asking a lot. If you are familiar with Japanese culture, then you can truly understand what this game is about. I've seen so many YouTubers and other people, they don't get what this game is truly about, and it's just funny to me. I mean, I'm just sitting here like... Most of the monsters are cool also. I really like the one with the big stomach. Big belly boy. But yeah, some of the dungeons were also cool. Like the Shimizu residence was one of the coolest dungeons, I think. It definitely had a PT inspiration to it, which is nice to see. This might be harsh, but I wouldn't put it on the same level as Silent Hill 1 and 4. It's not a bad game, it's a good game. But in a sense, it still needs some work on it. Based on my deduction, I am going to put this in general construction retail. Okay, since I don't have an arcade in my basement, I couldn't play this game, sadly. Ain't playing, man. So this is kinda the same with Silent Hill Book of Memories. If I really wanted to, I could play it with a PS Vita, but I am not so much of a masochist. PT. This was the first Silent Hill game I've played. Back in 2014, my brother and some of his friends were having a local party at my mother's place, and I was curious to see what were they doing, because they were quite noisy. And I asked my brother if I could watch it with them. And yes, of course. I mean, yeah, it's just a childhood experience of a real horror game. But yeah, PT, it's a shame. It's one of the saddest tragedies in video game industry in general that this game had no chance of being developed. So many cool people were working on this game, like Junji Ito, Hideo Kojima, Norman Reedus, Guillermo del Toro. It became nothing just because of this hassle between Konami and Kojima. And it's not even considered as a real game because it's just a demo. You can play through it, and it's definitely a unique demo. This game's death had the most impact on Resident Evil, because Resident Evil 7 became so successful just because of the death of this game. They salvaged all of these inspirations and ideas from this game. This game is kinda the scariest in the franchise, all because of the weirdness around it, like the looping around the hallway, Lisa's AI, the puzzles. They are just mind-blowing. You couldn't really understand any of it on your first playthrough. A normal person couldn't even play through it fully without a guide at this point. It's such a shame this game died. It truly hurts me, but I am going to rate it as a game because you can play it with a controller. I would love to cuddle with it, like it's just peak. Would love to cuddle every time. Silent Hill, the short message. I didn't expect much when I downloaded this free game from the PS5 store. I had some expectations, if it would have that feeling of a Silent Hill game, sure. But sadly, it was an alright attempt to make this new reincarnation of Silent Hill's world building, and it started to have this movement of new Silent Hill games coming out. But also, this game suffered because of budget problems. Other than that, like the title said, it's short, it's free, it's an alright game. I mean, it was worth playing it through once. The Sakura Head design is cool. The story, the characters and complications and problems between these characters, it's alright, like middle school. Who cares? Bullying and shit. It's not that deep, bro. The visuals in this game were cool, I must say. It's set in Germany, as I remember. The graffitis were really cool. The graffiti designs, this is one of those moments when I just stood there and just took it all in once again. And at some rooms also, like Anita's mother's room or apartment. This was also a really nice place to look around and find out many things. This is also a game that received a lot of criticism because it didn't have any combat in it, but what do you guys want? Peak combat? Or no combat? Or what the This is a hard game to put in a category because from my heart, at first, I wanted to put it in general construction retail next to Silent Hill F. As I really thought about it, I'm kinda leaning towards McDonald's. Okay, so Silent Hill Play Novel, I watched some videos of it. It's a broke way of experiencing Silent Hill 1. Some illustrations were cool in it, but just play the first game, man. So the mobile games, yeah. Silent Hill Ascension, I don't know what happened here. It's such a sad thing to think about, how these animations look and how uninteresting this whole thing is. The things you see in Sims when a Sim watches television and you see that random bullshit like that's much more interesting than Silent Hill Ascension. It's nothing to worry about, nothing to think about. It didn't happen. I would rather play Silent Hill Homecoming 10 times than watch Silent Hill Ascension fully. Yeah, I mean, why am I talking about it so much? I'm just going to put it in trash compactor, bro. So yeah, man, this was my tier list. Thank you very much for watching. Next week I'm probably going to make a Resident Evil video. I'm just going to play through Resident Evil Requiem and going to edit some stuff. Stay tuned for that. I hope that you enjoyed it. Till the next time, peace out.